Hey, hey.
Hey, everybody.
Can you hear us? I'm going to hit record in just a moment. David, you can show yourself now if you'd like. We'd like to see your pretty face. How are you guys doing today? Do you guys look? We have matching headbands or scarves or whatever.
Dope.
That's how you know we're related. All right. Let me get you on this screen. All right, if you can't hear it, all you have to do is just leave and then come back and it'll work. That's usually what happens. David, are you with us?
I can't even hear him.
Okay, you need to unstop my video. It says you've stopped my video.
I did not do that. Hold on one second. I'm going to make you a co-host.
Oh, okay.
So you have some power.
But we can't see you.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, now.
There.
Hey.
Wow.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and record.
Okay, good.
We are recording. I don't know where we're recording, but we'll see how it happens. All right, you guys, welcome to week 13 of Escape Your Matrix. This is our last call, so if you guys are here live, you're making history with us. So I wanted to introduce you guys back. You already saw David from last week, but he's here again this week because he's going to give us some information on how to choose a network marketing company, which I think he has a very interesting spin on this. This is our course wrap-up video. So we're also going to mention a little bit about convention, which is starting on Friday this week, so in 2 days. And then Ashley's going to give us a little speech on no excuses and some of the things that she's gone through and how she just didn't quit and how she just kept going, even though it was hard, even though she had every excuse in the book she could have just took. She didn't. And we're going to hear from her about that. I love listening to these kinds of stories and especially her story. So, David, without further ado, 100K affiliate with My Daily Choice, please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about why MDC, why HempWorks, why now?
Okay, guys. I want to thank you and welcome everybody who's on the call this evening. And we're so excited about convention this weekend. I know a lot of us are traveling tomorrow. I know I'll be on a plane tomorrow morning from Toronto to Vegas. And it's going to be a great reunion, be able to meet a lot of the people that we've been working with for the last year. And they're just like family now. So really excited about that. So we're going to keep this brief here and do the clip notes. But I have a little different perspective than a lot of people because my background in the 90s, I was a corporate vice president with 4 international networking companies. So I have a background helping to run companies like HempWorks. But I'd been out of that industry for closing on 20 years, about 18 years now, the end of the 90s, and had really no interest in getting back into it. And that was up until last August when HempWorks came across my desk. And that pretty much changed everything. So I'm going to explain what I saw. And it's not that I'm any smarter than anybody else. I just have a different perspective when I see things in this industry because I've been on the other side of the desk. I know what a lot of the folks who are running these companies, the challenges they have, what they have to go through, the hurdles they do. And you know, words mean different things to me than they do for most affiliates when I hear them coming from a networking company. And that's just a little bit insight that a lot of people don't have. So, you know, if we talk about, you know, just marketing and networking in general, every once in a while, you know, there's something that happens on the planet where there's a shift in consciousness or people start doing something different en masse and everybody gets involved. And it's happened a few times. Some folks will remember some of these things and it continues to happen. And if you keep your eyes and ears open and you know, you notice these things, you can take advantage of it and join a movement and hop on for the ride. You know, it's like catching a wave or hopping on a train and just be there for the ride. You'll be, you know, if you do the work and you're at the right place at the right time, you can have success. And if you look at a lot of the panelists, the leaders that we have in HempWorks, if you look at them, you look at their background, very few of them have come from professional network marketing background. You know, these are people, ordinary people that have just got to work and are building a business with the systems in place by HempWorks, and they're having tremendous success. So, that's going to be a key there for you. If the average person can build this business, have success, and I'm going to put myself in that category because I didn't come over as a networking professional with 1,000 people or 12,000 people in an existing downline that I said, hey guys, guess what we're doing this week? We're joining Networks. I started with no Rolodex, no database of networkers. I just got really excited and talked to everybody I knew about HempWorks and why they needed to at least take a look at this and give it some serious consideration because it was very unique in the industry. So when we talk about things that are happening on the planet, a global movement, you think of the 70s, jogging started happening, and there was a company called Nike that was around to take advantage of that. And look at where they are now. The oil embargo, the 70s as well, for those a bit older, everybody drove big cars. Buicks, Cadillacs, Lincolns, things like that. And all of a sudden, oil embargo, there were a few companies that were small little compact car companies, Volkswagen, Toyota, Honda. Guess what? That shift to people moving into small cars after the oil embargo brought these companies to being top companies, the largest companies on the planet right now in the automobile industry. So really interesting stuff. And sometimes I like to use props and things, but I'm going to show you another one right here. Just kind of thought about it today. Who has these? Anybody wearing these anymore? No, we're running around with this. This is now your watch, it's your phone, it's everything. How about cameras? Don't see cameras anymore too often unless you're a real professional photographer. Okay, so shifts happen and you just need to keep your eyes and ears open and see if you can't align yourself with a company that's positioned to take advantage of that and go along for the ride. It's really exciting stuff. Where's the exposure curve of your product? Are they at the tail end? You don't want to be the last person buying a blockbuster video franchise. When they're all going away, you either want to be at the beginning of that. Okay, so really important for network marketing companies moving a product. Your product needs to have, and I'm going to coin this phrase, it needs to have emotional currency. And what that means is it needs to be emotionally charged that when people use your product, they have an emotional reaction, whether that be from, pain relief or whatever benefit people are going to be having. And all you have to do, if you Google CBD and a lot of different things, you're going to see the reactions. If you go to the testimonial groups, you'll see the results people are having. If somebody has a result with this product and it's emotionally charged, they're not going to use a different product ever. They will stay a customer for life. Because, and I'm not going to tell the story, but I have one, maybe I'll tell it at a convention, where this product gave tremendous relief to somebody who was in stage 4 cancer. Okay. And that was actually Bonnie, and I was with Bonnie for the last 25 years, and she passed this last December in 2017 after a 6-year battle with breast cancer. But I watched that product give her tremendous pain relief. And from that point forward, how could I not share this product? So that is what you'll call emotional currency. And I think a lot of you people, if you're out there as affiliates and you have customers using the product, family members, you will have stories just like that. And that will align your customer, your affiliates with you and your business so they can continue to perpetuate the growth and the sharing of this movement, of this product that is doing tremendous things for people, things that people can't even believe. If you read some of the testimonials, they're just amazing. But they are walking billboards for you. They are walking billboards to share this product. And when Bonnie passed, when Bonnie left, she said you needed to share this product with everybody out there. That's what we needed to do. And if she were here today, she would be screaming off the rooftops about why people need to consider HempWorks. And she fought her battle holistically. She decided that was her route, and that's what she did, whether it be through Qigong, Reiki, and different energy work. And that was the journey she had. But this was one of the products in that journey. And we were doing research on CBD and medical marijuana already. So when HempWorks came across our desk, we were already there, ready and waiting for HempWorks. We knew what CBD was. We knew what medical marijuana was. We knew what cannabis was. And I guarantee a lot of the people you talk to out there are going to know this as well, because it's out there. You have third-party validation all over the place. Call it social proof, but, and again, more of my props, but all you have to do is pick these things up. They're all over the place, every newsstand, major publications, Newsweek, Time Magazine, it just goes on and on and on. So all this stuff is out there. The knowledge is out there. The people are just looking for the individual who's going to say, hey, I've got the product for you. I've got one of the best products in the industry. It's priced right. It's affordable. It has third-party validation. You're not the person they're going to run away from at Christmas. When your family sees you show up, they're all taking off because they know you're about to show up with whatever networking product you might have, and you're going to corner them somewhere. No, it's discussion worthy. I met somebody walking the dog the other day, and we started talking about CBD oil. What do you do? I'm in the cannabis business, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? His wife has cancer, and he's looking for solutions or alternatives, things that can help her with pain. So we'll see what we can do. But conversations like that start all the time. And that's what you'll notice in this business with HempWorks, that you don't have to be the one chasing people down. You just have to let people know what you do. And they're going to start talking with you. It's discussion worthy. If it weren't, it wouldn't be on every magazine cover. It wouldn't be on CNN, on Dateline, on talk radio, on Joe Rogan, on all these different things. It wouldn't be out there. So, so that's really great. And this perfect storm, I like to call it, of events that have come together with the alignment of HempWorks. And I don't think you could put together a better series of events to help you explode your business. It's just not available out there. So, talk about price and product and price affordability. You've got a product that's $69. That's less than a tank of gas. Nobody can say, I can't afford this. If they're looking for relief, what are they spending on their current solutions to those problems? What are they spending on the weekend for their, I don't know, drinks, parties, whatever. I mean, $69 is very affordable. Price of a tank of gas, everybody can do it. And more importantly, on top of that, why don't you throw in a 30-day empty bottle money back guarantee? Nobody does that. So zero risk, try the product and see what it does for you. You could be amazed. And that is, nobody does that. Nobody does that, just HempWorks. So, this is almost like the IQ test. I said that the other night on the on our panel live. If people aren't following these bullet points and seeing it, I don't know that you want them in your business. They may be a lot of work for you, but take them, help them out. Somebody said, okay, if you're building a business, you're making money, but how about sharing the product? Well, guess what? If you build an army of tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of affiliates, which is what HempWorks is doing, how many people do you think are going to get as end user customers this product in their hands? It's going to be phenomenal. How much relief will you share with the planet by building an army of associates and sharing this business with customers and associates? So that's really amazing to be able to be a part of that. And again, just think of the perfect storm. I don't think there's one spot where you can plug holes through this. And that's why I had no choice but to hop on. I said, this is amazing. Bonnie saw it, and she was she was an acquisition. She was a talent acquisition individual. So she was a high-level recruitment person. She knew business, she knew marketing, and she knew what we were doing. She thought it was amazing. And I tell you, if she were here, she'd be a super affiliate right now. But a lot better than I am, that's for sure. Anyways, and then go to HempWorks. All the marketing support, replicated websites, turnkey. I was looking at hemp industry businesses, CBD industry business. I picked up a few domains here and there. Was trying to figure out how I was going to get in this industry before HempWorks, before I even saw HempWorks. But when I saw it, I said, hey, all I have to do is hop in and market. I don't have all the big business problems anymore. I don't have to worry about shipping. I don't have to worry about merchant accounts. I don't have to worry about supply. I don't have to worry about production. All I have to do is go share this wonderful product. And let the results speak, because every customer is a walking billboard. You'll see that in a lot of you folks who are affiliates on this live tonight. That just through your own experience. So you have an obligation to share this with everybody you know. Whether you think they're interested in the business or the product or not, you just need to share it with them. You'll be surprised who is, and once they hear what you're doing. So, you know what? It's all there. Just plug in, get to the conventions, get alive at least. If they simulcast. If you don't have the tickets to go this year, hopefully, I don't know when the next one is. I don't know if we're going to start doing semi-annuals, but we'll see what happens. I think we might have to, just because of the growth. There may not be meeting facilities large enough. I just on the last note, I read something the other day, and it was a CNBC bullet point, 5 things about that we didn't know about the cannabis industry, what was going on. And they said one of the bullets was there are currently 125,000 to 160,000 people, full-time employees in the cannabis industry. And their projection was that by 2022, it would add another 340,000 employees in the industry. And that was ancillary as well as people in production to 500,000. I got news for you. We're going to be over 500,000 by the year 2022. We will be in the millions as far as affiliates. And there are many networking companies that are. So not a problem with this product, this compensation plan, this company, this leadership. Josh and Jenna have, they created the spark and they lit the fuse, but all of us, we're bringing the bang, and this thing is exploding. And basically, my closing comment is you just need to hop on this train. You may not understand it all now, but just get on, do the training, learn the material, and put the time in, and your life will change. You will be amazed at how your life changes. Pass it back.
Thank you so much for saying all that. I think we could just use that as our presentation and then just pass that around. So that's great. I'm glad we're recording this. But I have one more question for you, and then I'm going to shift over to to the shift. And words. That was funny. Why do people need to go to convention? And if they can't go, why do they need to get this live stream? What is the importance? You've been in this industry, you said, for many, many years. What have you seen, even from just the corporate side of things? What do you think is the most important thing about why people need to be involved with the convention?
Yeah, I think people have a sense. People can read energy. They can read what's going on. Whether they know it or not, whether or not they believe in that, they do. And when they see the energy of thousands of people in a room with a common cause and a common goal, that just multiplies the energy that's happening there. When they see the corporate end of the company, they meet and greet and talk to the corporate officers, those who are everything from shipping to the president of the company, and they see where those folks' hearts are at and what this is all about. This is not, and I know, and I'll just say this from my experience. I was at the leadership conference in April that you folks put on, and I tell you, I don't think I've ever been treated better than your hospitality and what you did for all of us there, right down to the rooms, to the swag bags, to credit cards, with spending money on it. I mean, you went all out. And so when you get a chance to meet the founders of this company and those who help run it and the other leaders in this company, you'll understand that this is a movement about changing the planet, changing how people seek relief. And you're going to get a feel for that when you're at convention, and it will just go into your bones so that you can move forward now. And you will actually be able to burn the ships. You will say, no matter what, I am in this business. I'm not turning back. Whether it takes me a year, takes me 5 years, 10 years, this is the movement I want to be a part of for many reasons, not just financial, spiritual, emotional, physical. You can corner all those markets just by being involved with us. And you'll sense that, you'll feel it once you're convinced, and you're going to meet all kinds of people. You will meet all walks of life. And some of us who have teams, we know that. And that's why I'm so amazed, because I've looked at the people who joined my team over the last year, and I look at them, I go, my God, look at the demographics of all these. They are so diverse, and everything from ministries to younger folks. You folks have met Lacey and Tim Garza, 26, 28-year-olds. I think they're the youngest 100K affiliates, 50K affiliates in the entire company, with no network marketing background whatsoever, have achieved those ranks. I didn't mean to name drop, but I think you've all seen those. And just to see that kind of success happen. So you'll see everything from people who are in their 70s to people who are in their 20s. This works for everybody. That's what you're going to see at convention. So you will know, and you will resonate with somebody. You'll say, they're just like me and they're doing it. So that means I can do it too. And that'll just give you the strength to move forward and keep on going.
Yes, I agree with that. Your believability in the company and in the movement and what you're a part of, I think all comes together. And that's what you guys are going to see at convention, for sure.
Yes, definitely.
So changing topics just a little bit, David said that anybody can succeed here. And it doesn't matter if you've got network marketing experience, and it doesn't matter if you have bad network marketing experience. We kind of level the playing field. I think that's what makes us a little different. We actually give you a real opportunity to make a real paycheck where you don't have to jump through a lot of different hoops and gotchas along the way, which is what I experienced in my network marketing history before I joined forces with Josh. So speaking of newbies, when I met Ashley, she was trying to talk me out of network marketing, and I was trying to talk her into it. And we had battle for a little while about that. And I said, listen, this one's different. And she's like, okay, you're crazy, but I'll just go for it, I guess. We'll see what happens. And she just told me just now, and I feel like we've been working this business for years, but it turns out we've just been working really hard. You've only been with us 100 days.
In Vegas, yes.
Vegas.
I moved to Vegas 100 days ago.
100 days ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
all right. We know some people know your story, but a lot of people don't. And this is going in the back office, so it's forever training now. But
so I might as well just share it.
You might as well just share it. Tell us your background and what kind of life you lived before the HempWorks train came and took you for a ride.
Yeah, it took me for a ride for sure. So hey everybody, Jenna knows, she knows how to like get me in these awkward positions where I have to share my story. She knows I'm like low key, just try to be quiet, and she's always like, no, you got to be out there and say what what your experience is. And I have to agree a lot with what David was saying, because as for me, I didn't have a whole lot of success in network marketing. I just didn't. Like, honestly, this is my first time truly being successful in the network marketing industry. I was introduced to the network industry about 8 years ago. My very first company was like in the whole makeup field, and I only joined simply because at the time I used to work for the IRS, and I understood tax exemptions and all of that good stuff, deductions and all the perks you get for having a home-based business. And my mindset was, I'm not building a team. I'm not focused on, building network marketing. It's not my goal. It's not my vision. I'm just going to try the products, use the products, and get on auto ship and get all the deductions, right? So that was always my argument with Jenna. It was just like, well, I could just try the product. I ain't got to build anything. But at the end of the day, I started to really see that this model was better. I've tried having my own businesses on the side, plenty of them way before for the past couple of years. And it's just, I was literally just giving myself another job, literally. Like, I was literally working so hard, being a single mom, having 2 small girls, having a full-time job. And it really started to take a toll on my body. I always tell this part of my story because it's very important. Back in 2014, when I got really, really sick. That was a pivotal moment for me to start realizing that I needed to make better changes. And the reason why I got sick is because I started to really realize my spiritual journey and realize, how much of an empath I was and how I really cared for people, and I wore my heart on my sleeve. So at the time I was a math teacher, and, and the education field is just crazy. It's just, the industry for education is horrible. And it was really taking a toll on me. So that was my pivotal moment, my wake up call to say, hey, Ashley, you got to start focusing on your health. You got to figure out a way where you can get out of this matrix, that you can get out of the system, because you're being a part of the problem versus the solution. And I know a lot of people don't think of teachers that way, because we think of them as educators and they're uplifting. And we're so, we always have enthusiasm, especially with math. You got to make it fun, because a lot of people don't like math. So for me, I, always had to come up with these great lesson plans and different activities and, just to kind of get the kids going with projects and stuff. But I started to realize that I was a part of the problem with the system. So, as I started connecting myself with other people like Jenna and different mentors within the industry that obviously have success, as well as started, really aligning myself with those that get the bigger picture and the bigger vision of humanity, and, see that, yeah, the money is good. Our model is amazing, but it's bigger than that. Me and Jenna have a dope relationship because of our spiritual journey, and we both get it, and energy. So it's great to hear, and partner with people like David that get it and mention energy and, how he felt that when he came to Vegas in April and met the founders and met Jenna and Josh and just saw, the energy that they have, and everyone's aligning and coming together. And when Jenna first told me about CBD, I always tell people this because it was like our little inside little joke. She was just joking around saying, hey, I'm about to start my weed business. And I'm like, what? Like, good luck with that, And because I've always worked with some form of government, from IRS to teaching to my last job, which I left in May, and I'll touch on that in a second. I was working as a pyrotechnic engineer for the state of North Carolina, and always having those type of professions, you kind of can't, you got to stay away from cannabis, you know, like it always looked like a bad thing, you know, I can't do drugs because you might get a drug test or something. So when she first told me about it, she's like, you got to try it. You got to try this product, because she knew I was dealing with anxiety and she knew that I had some health issues that I needed to address, right? And she got that. And she's like, hey, you got to try it. You know, it's going to change your life. I'm just like, whatever. Okay, I'll support you. Not realizing, you know, where HempWorks was going today. Like when she told me about this, HempWorks was just HempWorks. It wasn't HempWorks with My Daily Choice. It was just HempWorks. It was just a website, and that's all it was. And then she attached the affiliate side where, hey, you got a little referral link. And it like literally, what was that, March? It did a day?
From March to May.
Yeah, it was so fast. Like she talks about 100 days for me in Vegas. Like she turned up from March to May. Like she went from a regular company to a global.
I had to show Josh to take me seriously, because he's like, there's no way I'm putting CBD in MLM. And I was like, yes, you will. Watch this. Because I'm going to make you pay attention after you see these sales. So,
yeah, and you proved it. Like
I went crazy.
I was there. I witnessed it. Like it literally went from 0 to 100 real quick. Like it was crazy. So, I mean, even then, like I can show you guys like screenshots. I'm telling you, it was hilarious how she would just be like, okay, you ready? I'm like, no. When I launched it with My Daily Choice, I was like, nope, not doing network marketing anymore. I'm done with network marketing. Okay, but it's different. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. I support you, but I'm not doing it. And I swear to you, like literally 3 days, literally 3 days before they merged, I hit her up and was like, I'm ready. And she was like, okay. And the thing was with Jenna, which really got me, was the fact that she didn't treat me no different. Even when I kept trying to say, okay, no, she didn't like not talk to me, block me, and all this dramatic stuff that normal people do in the industry. It's like people get so bent out of shape when you don't do what they want you to do, or move how they want you to move, and they just cut you off because you're not doing it. With her, it wasn't like that, and that's really what drew me to her more. It was like, okay, she's really legit a different person. I love this. We got to work together. I got to help her with this vision, because I knew her obviously prior to that. And we was already building a friendship and a bond. So it was just like, okay, I'm going to help her fulfill her dream. This is her dream. HempWorks is her baby. Let's rock and roll, right? So that was the epiphany that I had gotten, you know. And in turn, she used to always say, this is a vehicle. You can do this, you can use this, and we can help build your dreams. Like this is what it is going to lead to. You and your girls can be financially free. Like this is our chance. Like this, she just always was like, we hit the jackpot. Like literally, like we literally hit the jackpot. I know we're in Vegas, I get that, but this is legit the jackpot. This has been the biggest blessing of all eternity. Like I don't, if you ask me when I made the decision to just tell her I was ready last May in 2017, I would be here, I would tell you no, because I had my issues. Like she said, I had a lot of excuses. I could have just, being a single mom is just hard, for those that really understand. I mean, I'm talking, it's a difference. There's different levels to single moms. Like you have the single moms who have some type of support from family, friends, or you get some type of support financially from the child's father, or, there's different levels to it. But with me, it's like zero, like it's zero support. So I could have always been like, I don't have time, I don't have the money, I don't have the energy, I don't have this, I don't have that. I could just make a ton of excuses, but I chose not to do any of that.
I need a secure job because I need a secure paycheck.
Yeah, I used to always tell her that.
That was the hardest one for me. I was like, Ashley, please just hear me out. Like,
listen,
do this.
She wasn't listening to me, y'all. Like I was telling her, listen, I have a full-time job, I have benefits, right? I have health care. This is a paycheck I'm getting. I was salary. I was getting. I worked for the states, and I had a real flexible job. Like I was able to obviously build this business for a whole year at that job. You know what I'm saying? Like I was able to just do kind of what I wanted to do. It had its perks to it. It wasn't horrible. I get what she was saying. I get it now. But at the time, I was like, Jenna, you don't understand. I got to do the job. So we was always battling, y'all. Like, believe me, it was always a battle.
She's like, I'm going to call you. She's like, I got to go outside first because they can't see me on the phone talking to you. And I'm like, I'll wait.
Yeah. She was just making it so dramatic. Like, and I'm like, okay. But again, she stuck by me. She didn't make me feel forced or like any type of way. I mean, like I said, we had our ups and downs. I mean, I had my times where I almost wanted to quit. Jenna knows that. Like, she knows, she felt the energy. She's like, Ashley, I can tell you're like shifting away. Like, you're not focused. And I'm just like, well, I got to make money and I got to do this and I got to do that and I got debt. And I'm just like, I had all these issues and excuses. And I can say it to her. I wouldn't put it out there on social media. I obviously wouldn't say this stuff to my team, because when I'm going through that, I do know this one rule though. In network marketing, you don't bring your problems downline. You tell your upline. Like, you don't go and tell your team like how you feel or when you're dealing with your struggles, because it causes a cancer within your organization. It just does. And everybody else just starts bickering and baggering, and they start having excuses. And they're like, well, if she feels this way, then I should feel this way, because, so I would always bring my issues really to Jenna, and she would listen, but at the same time, she was tough. She's like, okay, well, I'll be here when you're ready. That's her favorite thing. I'll be here when you're ready. I'm like, all right. So I don't know what triggered, honestly, I don't know, Jenna, what triggered. Something happened in May where
your job started judging you.
Well, that too. Yeah, they were judging me. But even then, like, if you think about it, like my old self, when they would have done that, I kind of would have tried to fight for my job. If that makes sense. I would have made up a reason. I would have told Jenna, I can't do network marketing because my job is giving me a hard time. They're watching me. They're clocking me now. All of a sudden, I don't want to lose my job. But when they started, making my job more uncomfortable. That's the best way to put it. Like, they just made me uncomfortable to the point where I literally just had a moment where I was like, okay, it's either my job or is my daily choice. And at the time, ironically, May was my first 5-figure month. And like, when I hit that, she's like, you're making more in this than you're doing your job, Ashley. Like, why are you still going through this? That's literally all she said. She didn't say nothing else. She's just like, what is the problem? And I thought about it, like, she has a good point. Like, when is ever enough? See, that's another thing.
She worked part-time.
Yeah.
Well, you put in hours, but you know what I'm saying? You were full-time at work, and your part-time side gig out-earned your full-time job. And I was like, hello? But imagine if you do this full-time.
But that's the thing, though. I know a lot of people can relate to this. The issue with that is we never know when enough is enough. Like, a lot of times we just keep going and going. It's okay to have these goals and keep going and going, but when is enough for you to be able to just walk away and truly be happy? That's the key. And that was the moment I had to come to a realization and say, Ashley, is 5 figures a month not enough for you to take care of you and the girls? It's way more than enough for you to do that, okay? If you have been able to, not literally like 2 years ago, I was on food stamps. In 2015 and 2014, I had Section 8, you know what I'm saying? So I understand all of this type of stuff, Medicaid, I know all of that. I know all about the struggle. I get all of that. I know, what it feels like to have nothing, literally, to have nothing. And, that's the point I had to get to, like, well, you have enough now, you have enough. Now just go with the flow and let the universe be what it's going to be. And I literally made the decision, my daily choice year anniversary was May 15th. On May 17th, I gave my job the papers and said, it's my 2 weeks notice. And like, when I told you, yes, she was like, OD.
I was like, hallelujah, finally, she joined us full time. I was so excited. I was even more excited about the t-shirt that you wore on your way out.
Well, are we going to bring that up? I should have worn it today. That's what
Tell them.
Okay, so on the day.
Tell them.
Okay, on the day. You see this? Oh my God. On the day, I sent her a picture the night before and said, this is what I'm wearing. It was a HempWorks hat and it was a t-shirt that says slavery is a choice. And the reason why that's a big deal is because I'm just going to say it. Like, a lot of people didn't like when that statement was made. It's just what it is. A lot of people didn't like when, Kanye said it. They felt like it was just all this, that, and the third. So there's a lot of controversy around the saying. But I literally went to the mall and got the t-shirt printed, said slavery is a choice, wore my HempWorks hat, had on a pencil skirt and a blazer. So I was very professional. And I went to work. And that's what I did. I gave him the letter. And then I went to the office and said, here you go. Like, that's it. Like, slavery's a choice. Like, I'm done. Like, I made up in my mind that it's different forms of slavery when we realize that. And I don't knock jobs, as you can see. I mean, I use my job as a foundation to get me to where I'm at. So what I mean by that is I use my job as my main source of income, where it paid for my bills. It took care of, my basic necessities for me and the girls. you know, and I use my income from my business to literally keep flipping it within my business. So that means marketing, that means business cards, that means apparel, that means gifts for the team, that means product, that means events. You know, I went to Jenna and Josh for DC, like just reinvesting. So coming to convention, like different things like this. Like I took my income that I was making, even when it wasn't a lot with HempWorks back in 2017, it didn't really grow until this year when I made the decision to say, you know what, I'm going all in. And it started growing every single month. It just got bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's still growing. It's crazy. But once I made a decision, you know, I used the job as my foundation, and I used my business to literally grow my business. And I think a lot of people are missing that. Like they're rushing to leave their job without realizing you should use your business money to keep flipping it so it grows to the point where you can leave your job. And that's the mindset that I got in 2018. So when 2018 came, me and her had our little heart to heart, and, you know, back in January, February of this year, and I was like, you know what, I'm just all in. I'm going to give it a run. And if it works, it works. It don't. I'm not looking nowhere else. And I put my head down and I ran. And like, I mean, I got seriously focused on how can I grow it? What can I do to better myself? I really focused more on myself, though, to be honest with you, because that's the part that was missing. And once I started to change myself, my business literally matched that. Like literally, like it's been moments with me and her sometimes she'd be like, I don't even know how you make this much money. Like, what do you do? And I know Josh picks on me because Josh always says I don't work. Like you and Josh always like, you don't work. Like you don't even do anything. Like you're not doing nothing. It's just like, it's just growing and growing. But I worked on myself, you know, and got my own, you know, my mind right, my spirit right. And in turn, this is what happens. Like it legit will happen this way. So, you know, I moved out, even the decision to move out here after I walked away, my last day of work was May 31st. And 2 weeks after that, that's when I told you, I was like, okay, that's it. I'm moving.
I was like, all right, let's do it.
And Jenna didn't believe me. Like, she did not believe that I was moving that fast. I want to say.
She did it really fast.
Like, because she was like, huh? I was like, yeah, I found the place. I signed the lease July 11th. Huh? Like, yeah, I'm going. And I tell you, I left everything. I didn't bring no furniture out here. I didn't bring anything. Like I literally left everything. And I didn't even get a big storage. I got one of those little box cube things that the U-Haul does, you know, and it's just literally only thing is in there is like winter clothes, coats, some business stuff, and I mean a couple decorations. Like it's nothing in there. Like there's no furniture, there's nothing in there. And I just like, and you know, extra papers that I don't really use. You know how every woman got a box of papers that I don't know why we keep this. Like why do we keep this? But anyway, I mean, that's what I did. I mean, I just left everything. I gave away everything. I sold everything, and I was like, I'm moving. And within 100 days now, I mean, so much has happened in 100 days. Like,
well, like you used your job to leverage your business. Now you use your business to create another business.
Yeah.
So tell them just briefly about what you've created here in Las Vegas.
So when I first got here, I drove around literally every day. I drove around Vegas to see what Vegas has. Like, how are the people? I observe. I'm kind of weird, y'all. I'm serious. I'm just a little weird. Just a little. I just like watched people. Like I drove to the strip, just driving. I don't really like the strip like that, but I just drove around to kind of see, you know, how people engage and, you know, what type of stores and things were here. What's the vibe of the people? What do people need? What are people leaning away from? And like, I really started to see like here in Vegas, there's an awakening happening. There's a lot of people that are into like holistic. There's a lot of vegan restaurants popping up, a lot of crystal shops. Obviously CBD is booming because you got the dispensaries almost every corner, CBD stores, smoke shops, yada, yada, right? So as I'm driving around, I mean, I realized, first thing caught my attention, I didn't see a lot of CBD cars. And I'm just like, well, this is the West Coast. West Coast is known for cars and that type of thing. Like it's just the West Coast. Like it's not like the East Coast. We don't really care about that over here. But over here, you know, you always have like the little hydraulics on the cars. You know what I'm talking about. Cali is Cali. Like, you know, y'all know what I'm talking about. So anyway, I started seeing that wasn't, you know, popping. So I was like, all right, let me do that. And then, you know, as I see that the CBD business industry is booming, I'm like, well, I need to create a store that's merging, obviously, CBD with HempWorks and all that we have to offer and what we're getting ready to offer, because it's about to be crazy after this weekend, with the products. So this is a little, I just had to get excited real quick. But anyway, I knew where we're going as a company, and I'm like, well, I can merge that with the spiritual world that everyone is, getting into crystals. Crystals is about to be a new biggest thing, and herbs, other herbs, because everybody's holistic, kind of what David was just mentioning earlier. People are into like Reiki healing and all this other stuff. So I, started taking classes and, and I'm still working on that, getting my certification. But in the meantime, I was like, okay, I'm going to take an idea that I literally had 2 years ago, and it's time now. Like she said, I took my job, I let my job leverage so that I could build HempWorks. And then I use HempWorks now to build this other business. So I'm getting ready to launch, my own CBD crystal herbal store here in Vegas. And it's literally like 1.4 miles away from the strip. Like, it's like right there. Like, I can literally walk outside and I see the palms. And if you guys were here last year, Rio Hotel is like I can see Rio from where I'm at. Like, it's crazy. Like, I can see the big old building. So it's like it's like right here, prime location. Vegas is building up.
And just to put that into perspective, you guys, she put a spiritual CBD crystal Reiki shop in the middle of the strip. Sin City.
Yeah.
Like, if she's not doing ministry, I don't know who is. She's going after all of them. That's amazing.
Yeah,
and
it's gonna be crazy.
But just your level of confidence has grown so much in just a year, and just even 100 days, from doubting yourself, from accepting fear, to saying, no, I'm better than that. I'm bigger than that, and I can do literally anything I put my mind to. And that's been the most amazing transformation I've got to witness. So I'm proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
We are just so excited to hear your guys' stories as well. I mean, actually, it's just one person in the company, and there are literally thousands of stories like hers. So if you haven't joined us yet, David,
what are you waiting
tell
on?
him.
What are you waiting on?
What are you waiting on? Because now is the time. Now is the time to get involved. Last year is a good time to get involved, but now we're even more built. We have even more products coming. And after this weekend, you guys, it is game over. We are the #1 cannabis company in the US right now. And and by leaps and bounds, we are double the size of any other person or company that's not even a competitor. Mm-hmm. And I'm not trying to brag, but that's because of you guys, because of your voices are being heard. You guys are voting every single day with your buying power. Every time you purchase a bottle of HempWorks, you are funding the hemp revolution. And we're going to talk about that Friday night at convention. So I'm not going to give away now. But we just want to say thank you guys for being on this with us and on this journey for Escape Your Matrix for the last 13 weeks. And we will see you guys at convention. David, you have any final words you want to say?
Just thank you so much for having me on here. And whatever adversity you have, you can overcome it and build this business. You can change your life. Real quick. When I discovered HempWorks, we were virtually bankrupt. We'd spent 5 years paying for naturopathic cancer treatment. So we were done. There was nothing left. And, within 12 months of joining HempWorks, I have developed a multi-six-digit income. And that's because the system works, the product works, everything is here, the team is here, mentorship like you've never seen before, support like you've never seen before. You just need to hop on board, hop on the train, and just come along for the ride, do the work, learn the material, and you will be able to change your life. I truly believe that.
That's right. Ashley, final words, and we're going to wrap this up.
Yeah, honestly, guys, like piggybacking off of what David said, like he said it. Jenna said the same thing. Like, now's the time. Any other time, I know we hear this a lot in the industry. I get that. But over here, if you haven't noticed by now, we're different. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, at this point, if you cannot tell that Jenna is different, I'm just saying, our leaders are different. We're just different. Our company is different. And, after this weekend, I'm telling you, you're going to see and understand how different we are. And you want to use this momentum and this time, this energy, all of the shifts that's happening, all the buzz with the cannabis industry. You want to use this as leverage, because now's the time. I cannot tell you if next year we're going to be saying the same thing. I'm just being honest. Like, if next year, it's like you're going to look back like, dang, I should have joined that 2 years ago. Or dang, I should have joined that a year ago. We're telling you now, like, straight up, if you want to set yourself up financially, you want to set yourself up, with your family, health-wise, now is the time to get involved. If you are not coming to the event, it's okay. Don't beat yourself up. Just make sure that you're at every company event. You know, we don't even have that many. Like we have, like David was saying, we might end up going to where we have 2 events a year. Right now, we only have 1 event a year, guys. Like you have to come to the event, especially if you're ranked up in the company. This would have been your opportunity to walk across the stage. But if you're not, it's cool. Get the live stream, have you a streaming party at your house, you know, invite some people over, use this opportunity as a buzz, go live on your social media, build up the momentum, have all of your friends knowing about it. I mean, you use the hashtags, you know, people will see you getting excited, you know what I'm saying? When we announce different things and different, you know, product announcements and all this other good stuff, the car giveaway, like it's just so much going on. You want to have that momentum in your own household, in your own city, in your own area. So don't even beat yourself up if you can't come. It's okay. We have a live stream for a reason. Use it to your advantage. Invite your local team over. Invite some guests over, because you never know. I mean, you might can recruit somebody that night. I mean, heck, I might want to be recruited. Be like, wait a minute, they just give away a car. Did you see that car, girl? Like, I mean, I'm just being honest. Like,
That's right.
so yeah. That's all.
Well, I think Ashley said it best, and thank you, David, for your time and coming on and telling us why we need to be in this company right now. I'm biased, of course. However, I digress. Thank you guys so much for coming on, and we will see you.
Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Yeah.